What's going on, guys? Welcome to Joe's Beer Club. So this week, things are getting a little bit spooky in the studio. It's coming to the end of October and we thought, let's do a trick or treat special. So the trick this week is gonna be one of my favorite beers, a massive, massive beer that I challenge anybody to try. I reckon everybody's gonna be too frightened. And our second two beers this week, we're gonna be putting two of Ireland's best pumpkin beers head to head and picking one for you to try. So a happy Halloween and yeah, let's get going. So our first beer this week is The Trick. This is Crooked Stave Brewing's Nightmare on Brett Street. A big, big sour cherry ale. This is then aged in Leopold Brothers whiskey barrels. It's a massive beer. It weighs in at 9.666% ABV, so you know it's already scary. Pairs really well with steak, with duck, or if you have a sweet tooth like me, with a little bit of dark chocolate. But make no mistake, it's a 750 milliliter bottle, so if you plug up the courage to try this, bring a friend to hold your hand or something, I don't know. But I'm dying to crack this open and show you guys, so let's get going. I can smell the cherries just from that opening, and I can even smell a little bit of whiskey through it. Really dark beer. I don't know if any of you guys remember, we had a cherry beer on before and it was bright, it was the colour of cherries. This is almost black, it looks like a porter or a stout. That's down to it being aged in oak whiskey barrels. It gives it that colour, and it gives it that smell. Wow. What a crazy beer. An incredible beer. Even more incredible than I remember, these beers with the Brettanomyces, they will change as you bottle condition them. Huge amount of cherries, so sour. Not for anybody who doesn't like sour beer, with a lovely whiskey finish. So our first pumpkin beer this week is Trouble Brewing's Pumpkin Ale. This is the first pumpkin beer I tried in Ireland and one of only two that's available on the Irish market right now. An amazing beer that was kind of given inspiration to when the owner went over to Maine about 15 years ago, seen a ton of pumpkin beers and decided to brew one here. So much more orange glow off this. It's not as dark as we'd see with IPAs or something, which I love. It has that festive feel to it. A little bit of nutmeg, cloves, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of pumpkin. A really festive beer. Tastes like a pumpkin pie. When people think pumpkin beers, don't be afraid of it. Like, if you don't like pumpkin or the idea of it, still give it a go, because the main flavors are usually nutmeg, cloves, ginger, cinnamon, and that's what this has. It's a really nice, light-bodied ale with lots of spices and flavors in there, and a really, really good pumpkin beer. I'm really impressed with this. They've changed the recipe slightly this year, so they've done it well. So our final beer this week is Samhain from White Hag Brewing in Sligo. Samhain is the traditional Irish celebration of the harvest. What they're trying to do with this beer is not just make a pumpkin ale, but make it like a pumpkin pie dessert. I haven't had this beer before. I'm really excited to try it. I'm expecting lots of burnt orange, a similar colour and body to the last one, and lots of cinnamon, lots of nutmeg, lots of ginger. So never expect a huge amount of carbonation in these beers. The head will never really last long across the board, and that's just down to the style. Fantastic nose, wow. That's incredible. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a pumpkin ale. Not too much carbonation, nice and soft, easy drinking. Loads of flavour in there, a nice pastry sweetness to the whole thing. It just holds the whole thing together. And you've got touches of ginger and nutmeg and pumpkin off it. What a beer. So guys, just to recap, we've got Crooked Stave Nightmare on Brett Street that comes in at a whopping 9.666%. We have Trouble Brewing Pumpkin Ale that comes in at a lovely 4.5%. And we have White Hag Samhain that comes in at a lovely 6.2%. As much as I would like to pick all of these beers like every week, and although I said stop, and although this is a completely hard one to choose, I can only pick one. The winner has to be White Hag Samhain. It's an incredible beer, full of nutmeg, full of flavours, full of big body, big pastry body, and it just encapsulates what that American pumpkin style is. So please get out there, try it yourself, have an amazing Halloween, and yeah, like always guys, Sláinte, hey? Thanks buddy.